Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to our third week of our maths lessons. The date is summer week 3. We are still continuing from Roman numerals from last week's lesson. Let's see what our learning objective for today is. It is to be able to write Roman numerals to 100. Last week, you learned how to write the Roman numerals from the number 1 to 20. I hope you still remember how to write out number 1, number 5, number 4, and number 9. And I hope that you also remember the rules for number 4 and 9. They have special rules. Let's have a look at our in focus. We've got two friends here, and they say, we use the place value and 0. She says that out of this number, the 1 stands for 110. This friend says, by switching its position, 1 stands for another number. So we know that it was in the tens place value. It is now in the hundred. So this number is 100 by just swapping the numbers around. However, the Romans did not use place value or 0. When they needed a larger number, they used a new letter. So far we know V is 5, X equals 10, L equals 50, and C equals 100. Does anybody remember the letter for 1000? If you do, you can just write it down, or you can send me a message alongside your work and let me know what you think it is. Now for the in focus, this is your task. It says find out how the Romans wrote the numbers 20, 30, 40, and so on. So you can write all the multiples of tens. So you can write your 10 times table from 10 to 100, but using Roman numerals. Off you go, please. Pause the video and continue with the in focus. I will now go through the answers. Now, at the beginning of the lesson, I reminded you that it was very important that you remembered how to write down the number 4 and 9 and what the rule was. The first one, it tells us to write the Roman numerals 20, 30, 60, 70, and 80. These numbers should be fairly easy. So we know that 10 is X, so then we know 20 is going to be XX, 30 will be XXX. We then move on to 60. We know that L is 50 and X is 10. So we know that it's LX because 50 plus 10 gives you 60. So once we've got 60, we now move on to 70. So that's 50 for L, then XX, that gives you 70, and so on for 80. Here it says write the Roman numerals for 40 and 90. So we know that L equals 50 and C equals 100. How do we get number 4 and 9? We know that 4 is 1 less than 5 and 9 is 1 less than 10. So now when we go into 40, it's XL because it's 10 less than 50, which is 40. And then 90 is XC because it is 10 less than 100. In Roman numerals, placing 10 before 50 makes 40. Similarly, placing 10 before 100 makes 90. And also, 1 before 5 makes 4, and 1 before 10 makes 9. We've just gone through our Let's Learn, so we've covered all our numbers between 20 and 90. Well done, everybody. Now let's move on and see what we have for our guided practice today. It's very short. It So then I have got an extended task for you all to complete. The guided practice has 2 questions. You need to write out the following numbers in Roman numerals and so on as well. There are 2 questions. You need to figure out the numbers in Roman numerals. Off you go, please. I'd like you to pause the video and then I will go through the answers and we'll have another task and then we will move on to our worksheet for today. So it's a little bit different for today's lesson. Off you go, please. Let's have a look at the answers for the guided practice. The number 4 is IV, 14 is XIV, and then 30 is XXX. And then 32 would be similar as 30, and then we get 2 as II. Well done if you've got that correct. Moving on, there's just a quick task. You could do it at the back of your workbook. You could do it on some scrap paper. If you've got a book in front of you and some paper, it's entirely fine as long as you just work this out. It doesn't matter about your maths journal, so it could be in your maths journal, it could be in some paper or a book. Please write the numbers in Roman numerals. I hope you've finished writing your numbers in Roman numerals that are across the slide. Let's write down the answer. So 14 would be, we've got 10, and then we've got 1 before 5. We know that 10 is X. Oops, sorry. We know that 50 is which letter? L. Well done. And then we need to make 2, which is I. 50 plus 2. 29 would now be, we need to work out 20. So we know that 10 is X. So then 20 would be 2X. And how do we get 9? It's 1 before 10. Well done. So it's IX. That's how we get 29. The number 6, it's 1 after 5. So no, it's V is 5 and then plus 1 is 6. And the letter for 100 is equal to C. Well done. Right, at the start of the lesson, I asked if anybody knew the letter for the number 1000. If you guessed it was the letter M, or you knew it was letter M, well done. And for 500, it is the letter D. Well done, everyone. Let's now move on. So your main task for today, I'll have to go back. It's worksheet number 2 on pages 173, 174, and 175 for today's lesson. This is how it should look like, and then I will show you the answers. So you've got 3 pages. Just write down the date, please, and then pause the video and start your work. Once you've finished, I will then put up the answers so that you can mark your work for today's lesson. Good luck, everyone. Here are the answers, so you can pause the video. Here are the answers for the first 2 pages. Please use a different coloured pen or pencil so you can clearly see your marking. These are the first 2 pages, so you can pause the video and mark the first 2 pages, and then I will show you the final page. There are all the answers for you, and thank you very much for today's lesson.